wheels is stuck. We just hungry for experience, dreaming on a bigger level, looking up to big and several other rappers that show me how to do this here. You kinda knew this.
About the financial education you guys received and have, or the financial knowledge you guys have when it comes to handling your finances and things like that.
I wasn't really taught too much about money and money matters. Early college, I'll be graduating this December, but early my college career, I kind of got a credit card and going out, hey, let's go out, let's go out, let's go out. And kind of dug myself into a hole and wasn't really knowledgeable about the impacts of credit, how it's going to come back around, and saving, and then tuition and college loans. So I've kind of had to learn the hard way by experience, I guess the ups and downs of money and how to use money, and what money is, you know?
Yeah. Do you feel that there's any type of, I guess, support from the bank in the sense of letting you know what you can and cannot do, or what you should and shouldn't do? Like, I guess advisement. Is there any type of advisement you receive, or do you feel that that kind of parachute's there to help you?
I guess I don't technically receive any official advisement. I think it's available, but I've never actually sought out any sort of financial advisement.
Financial institutions, banks, and credit unions, if you guys, I mean, are you guys fully aware of the differences, or is it just kind of whatever for you guys? We'll start with, actually, do you go with the credit union or bank?
Honestly, I bank with Bank of America, and that was just because at the time it was the easiest access for me. They have a campus edge checking account that was really easy for me to just go in and get it set up on my own without my parents. You know, I've been growing up like really independent, so it was just easier access for me. To be honest, I don't really know the differences between a bank and a credit union in detail.
Okay.
So yeah.
With the credit union, that's what everybody in my immediate family uses it. Some of my extended family. It just feels more personable. And again, when all the banks had their big tumbling and people had to get bailed out in 2008, like, we didn't really feel it. Like, we were kind of, I was like, all right, well, we're okay, Kirtland's down the street, like, we're all right. I might not have the same accessibility as people with larger banks might have, but at the same time, there seems like there's been a lot more risk in the last few years with financial institutions and their decisions that they're making, like Bank of America and everything else.
I'm with Wells Fargo currently, and that's just because my parents own a small business and they go through Wells Fargo, and I just felt, you know, the family ties there. I've had a job since I was 12 years old when I started there, and I really don't feel like going anywhere else. I felt comfortable working with the representatives there, and as far as the advice received there, they call and check in every once in a while. We just want to see the status of their student loan, I guess, but I feel comfortable at Wells Fargo.
Okay.
I'm also with Wells Fargo. My mom actually worked for, she's an accountant, she worked for SunWest, which is now Wells Fargo, formerly SunWest. And I think part of my decision in picking a bank over a credit union, you know, I went to New Mexico State University and they run like a student, you know, checking card, and so it was more like accessibility and just the perks of it, you know, kind of coinciding with the university I was at. But as far as advisement, I really don't think I've, you know, it all came from my parents. I mean, I think going back to your last question, you know, especially like your senior year in high school where, you know, a math class is optional, I think they would be so much smarter in, you know, teaching kids like how to build their credit, you know, the difference between a credit union and a bank, things like that, because then you get out there and, you know, you go to apply for, you know, a lease, whatever, and you don't have credit and you're like, you know, what the hell now? So I mean, and I haven't really, I think Wells Fargo, like you said, they call to check up on, you know, the status of your student loan, or, you know, do you want to apply for a credit card, but I don't think there's any education, really.
Cause the wheels is stuck, we just hungry for experience, dreaming on a bigger level, looking up to big and several other rappers that show me how to do this here. You kinda knew this, yeah, but would you open up your minds to something clueless here? Cause I'm just trying to find a way out from